Why do you think the way you think? Have you ever thought about it? There is continuous chattering inside your head, and you consume information from outside world, and you process that information. Thought is not just a thought; it is also an emotion, and depending what kind of thoughts you have, your mood swings, and you feel that okay, something is wrong with me, and all the thoughts are not good. So we divide the thoughts. We call some thoughts negative, some positive, and what we want is all we want is positive thoughts. And we just uh, want to control our thoughts, control our moods, control our environment, and control everything around us. But it is said that you should not think about what is not, what you cannot control. But it happens that we all want to control everything. So we think that there is something inside us who is controlling all those things. But it is like uh, a dog is having a tail, and he want to get rid of it, and he's thinking that it should not be there. So mind is like working there. The mind is controlling itself. He's trying to control itself. The thought is controlling thought. Have you ever thought about it? The thought is controlling itself, trying to control itself. So what you can do is you can become aware of the all those process. Now, what do you think this awareness is? Or people call it something like awareness is also a thought. No, if you create it as a thought, then it becomes a thought. And when you know it is not a thought, it is not really a thought, because all the time someone inside you looking at all the things, and he something is inside you who is engaging in thoughts, engaging in outside world, and looking out for something to engage for. So mm, when you come out of awareness, when you come out, you are that awareness. When you come out of all that is thinking, you just become um, separate yourself from it and really think deeply for a solution what is going on inside your mind. And for that you need to write it down. Write everything down. What is going on inside yourself? You should write it. Empty yourself completely. And what happens when you completely empty yourself? You become aware of what is happening inside your head, and you should not look out for the problems. You should look out for solutions. What you can do. Most of the times, when you empty yourself through writing, 90% of problems are solved. Only 10% you need to address, because all thoughts are not ours. They move as like a background music, and it happens that most of the times we are not aware of all those thoughts. So thoughts are like mm, are like a, we can say that it is like a traffic, and the place is crowded and it is moving, and some is horning, and there is a shout, crowd, and everything is going on there. But we are looking at the crowd, and we are looking out for the solution to go out of the crowd, to go out of safely from this to that. So what happens that when you become aware, you cannot be aware all the time. You should have some time to be aware, and for about 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 16 minutes, you should begin with 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then increase it. When you become aware deeply, and you look out for solutions, and you should what you the next step is what you should do is you should decide and act. The brain is something which saves us from a threat, and most of the times what you do is you do not decide, you move away from decision. The only reason for moving away from decision, you fear threat. you fear uncertainty, you fear insecurity, you fear all kind of stuff. The critical thinking in your mind who is saying that, oh, don't do this, this is not good for you, or it is completely useless. That's what mind thinks. When mind comes to a conclusion of something is so useless, not useful, then it drops thinking. It never goes there. Like in childhood, you enjoyed some things that you now don't enjoy it. Maybe you have that memory and you remind yourself, but you cannot enjoy things because brain has understood that it is completely unnecessary. So when you decide, you should act, but most of the times you are too much away from decision and you don't decide because your brain is likely to never come to a conclusion to decide. But you should decide it quickly, as quickly as possible, and make a plan and execute it. When you act, you change the pattern of your thoughts. You begin to change your pattern of thoughts. When you act opposite of what is going on inside your head, you change everything. So this is, we all should put in the practice